What's up? Welcome back to my channel, or for the first time if you're new, I'm Sylvan, and today I'm going to be reacting to the Zenless Zone Zero version 1.3 teaser, Virtual Revenge. I'm really interested to see what this is going to be like, given the characters that we're going to be getting. I'm really interested to see more of them, and also if from the looks of it, Miyabi will have a part to play in this. Makes sense given faction associations. But regardless, feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoy the video, leave a comment on your thoughts, and let's get into it.
What's wrong, Deputy Chief?
Ooh.
It's probably just my imagination, but I feel like something is about to happen.
Hollow Special Operations Section 6, Heroes of New Eridu. I'm afraid no one in this world needs your salvation.
Okay.
That logo, it's...
Here, I can fail countless times, but you can afford a single mistake!
Having people like this. The special monster we're looking for must be you.
Ooh. Interesting music. God, her animation is great. Oh, new enemy? Lighter
of the Sons of Caledon. I'm here to issue a challenge to all of you.
Ooh. Oh, I love that guitar. Yes.
To deal with you, fists are more than enough.
You've got a plan to take them down, right?
Ooh, cutting between them. Oh? Phantom Miyabi? So first off, this opening shot is really intriguing. It looks very ethereal and impossible in its shape and design. The way the roads curve and bend, and the buildings are at odd angles to each other. This very much, given the name Virtual Revenge, gives me the vibe that this is some virtual space that is being manipulated and distorted by someone. And then we have the introduction of what I believe is the antagonist of this part of the story, saying, Hollow Special Operations Section 6, Heroes of New Eridu. I'm afraid no one in this world needs your salvation. So someone who acknowledges their title and reputation while also claiming that they are not needed anymore, that they are not necessary. And then we get this distorted logo, as I believe Yanagi says that logo, and then gets cut off. Probably she was going to say the name of whatever, like, hacker or whatever this logo represents, as presumably this person who this logo represents is the person talking, as they then say, here I can fail countless times, but you can't afford a single mistake. And as they say this, it flickers between multiple different enemies of different kinds, which leads me to the idea that, once again, with the name and the general vibe of things here, potentially some or all of Section 6 get trapped in a virtual space of some kind by this person, where it becomes some kind of weird scenario where they have to survive and escape without being killed because it'll kill them in real life or something. That's my immediate thought of what could be going on, and presumably by the name, this is an act of revenge of some kind, or perceived revenge. Potentially this person believes they've been wronged in some way by Section 6, or by the government as a whole potentially, and just sees Section 6 as the symbol of the government. Alternatively, it could be someone who was like a Hollow Raider or something like that, who got screwed over by Section 6 in some way, who is now trying to get back at them. That's all just speculation at this point, can't really say until we get into the story. And then we have this line from Yanagi, as we have the visual of her blade. Hurting people like this, the special monster we're looking for. Almost certainly, this is two different lines that have been chopped up and spliced together to just be a few different lines from her all at once. because I can't really piece together what the connection between those two things is. Because the first half, hurting people like this, makes me think that she's going to talk about how horrible it is to hurt people like this, presumably how this person putting them into this position is, and that would imply that they're doing it to other people as well, potentially. While the other part is maybe referring to this person as a special monster, but that feels like a bit of a stretch. I don't know exactly. It's a little unclear to me. And really, that line ends with her saying, must be you, so that special monster we're looking for must be you, presumably talking about the person who is the antagonist of all this scenario. It's just interesting to call them a special monster, because I assume they are an actual person and not some kind of weird monster, but maybe there's some weird AI or something. That's entirely possible. I doubt we'd be getting into the like super AIs like Fairy this early though. Either way though, this all serves as a build towards showing off Yanagi as the music comes in and we just get some of her combat for a bit. And I love her animations. They look fucking amazing. I very much want to see if I can get her. And though we really only get this one glimpse of them, I'm very intrigued by the design of this enemy. It looks sort of like an ethereal knight of sorts, because it clearly is an ethereal. It has the little orb core, it has the black and green coloration, but then has white armor almost, and something that vaguely resembles a helmet. And it looks like it's wielding something like a weapon. But then we have a hard cut to Lighter. We have him faced off against a horde of random gangsters and hoodlums as he announces himself, saying, I, Lighter of the Sons of Caledon, am here to issue a challenge to all of you, taking them all on, as suddenly the music kicks in with this just hard rock guitar and drums, which is very in line with the Sons of Caledon aesthetic. And once again, love his animations, they look great, and as a group of them charge him, he just stands there stoically saying, to deal with you, fists are more than enough. Presumably all of this is from his own storyline, because I believe he's getting his own agent quest. But then we start jumping between Lighter and Yanagi, alternating between these completely separate storylines and characters. Multiple lines layering as they jump between them, with, I believe Yanagi, but I could be wrong, saying, you've got a plan to take them down, right? And then we cut to Lighter, someone saying, damn it, as he dodges a blow. And then the person who I believe is the antagonist figure of this, saying, then you're going down with me, as someone else says, forget about me, get out of here, as we then begin to focus on the Yanagi stuff more, and we get what I believe is some shots of a Phantom Miyabi, which would be interesting because that certainly is a way to hype her up as a character if we get to fight her a version before she shows up, assuming leaks are correct and she's in 1.4. There are these big dynamic shots of arcing blade slices cutting through reality, and then we have this very brief shot of Yanagi stabbing through the back of a random soldier as countless other soldiers that look like they're just A-posing fade out of existence around them. If I were to guess what's going on here, I would guess that this is in this virtual space where the antagonist is in the form of a random soldier amongst a sea of just faceless, not real other soldiers identical to their appearance. And essentially Yanagi is forced to find the correct one, at which point she seemingly does as she stabs one. They still exist, their arms crossed, as all the other ones disappear. And we get this close shot of them looking down at the blade piercing their chest. Presumably this is either when they finally beat the guy or going into the final battle with him or whatever. Because if we're to believe what he was saying earlier, him being stabbed in the chest wouldn't actually beat him in this world. As he said, he can make countless mistakes and be defeated countless times, and it won't be an issue. But regardless, it clearly seems like Yanagi chose right on who she attacked here. Yeah, and then we get this shot of the Phantom Miyabi, who is swinging her blade, presumably at Yanagi, given that presumably Yanagi is going to be the sort of the focus amongst the Section 6 people here. And given the way that the antagonist character shouts her name here as we get this shot, makes me think that perhaps Yanagi in particular is the person that they most directly want to get revenge against. And that's where they leave us. They just go to the art of the version, show the name Virtual Revenge, and that's it. It goes into just the information for the version. So it's relatively straightforward, but I feel like there's a lot of interesting stuff here. Clearly, the Section 6 Yanagi stuff is the focus of this version. I assume it's going to be a similar situation story-wise as with the Jane stuff, of it's like a special episode or whatever, where we presumably, Phaethon, don't have much of a role in all of this, and we actually are more directly following Yanagi in Section 6 in whatever the circumstance this is, Meanwhile, Lighter, I presume, will just get an agent story or something. And then presumably one or both of them will have some events tied to them, that kind of thing, like usual. But either way, I am excited for this version. I'm really interested to see how these storylines will go. They seem very intriguing and potentially touching on some cool lore stuff. And then also I'm just into both of the characters. If I could, I'd get both of them. We'll see if I can manage that. So with that, I'm actually going to real quick go and check out the live stream on my own to see if it adds any information about this. I'll come back, mention any thoughts that I have about it, and then we'll finish this off. There wasn't really too much more information, really just two things I was able to gather. One, that whatever is happening with the Yanagi storyline, it has to do in all likelihood with some new tech they were testing that presumably was sabotaged by this person. And then in the case of what is going on with Lighter, it seems like it has to do all with him defending Caesar's title as the new overlord, and potentially something going on there. Regardless, it seems like things are about where I was thinking they are, and also it just seems like a lot of the new events and game modes and stuff look pretty interesting, so I'm really looking forward to that. But for now, I'll end it here. Feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoy this video, leave a comment on your thoughts, and I hope you all have a great day. Goodbye!